Hello everyone, today I'll be doing a solo Master Nightfall, the Proving Grounds with Hunter. For my subclass, I'll be using Night Stalker bottom tree with Gambler's Dodge. For my kinetic, I'll be using the 7 Seraph Officer Revolver. Next I'll be using Cloud Strike. For my heavy, I'll be using the Rocket Code Duelo. For my helmet, I'll be using Fire Recovery, Sniper Rifle Ammo Finder, Rocket Ammo Finder. Next, I'll be using 10 Mobility, Anti-Barrier Sniper, Unstoppable Hand Cannon. Next, I'll be using 10 Mobility, Sniper Rifle Reserves, Concussive Dampener, with Wrath of Rasputin. For the legs, I'll be using Rocket Launcher Scavenger, Sniper Rifle Scavenger, Fire Team Medic with Fire Resistance. Last, I'll be using the Sundering Glare Special Finisher, since I'm using Sniper. Fire Mobility with Global Reach. Alright, so for this Nightfall, it's going to be a new Nightfall of the Proving Grounds. I'm going to use my Sparrow and skip a couple of Vex and Cabals. Now there's going to be 2 champions in this area, and of course additional 3 or 4, I lost count to be honest. There's going to be a couple of turrets where they can kill you very quickly if you're not too careful. I like to just first deal with the first barrier champion, which it seems to like to spawn up ahead here. Now you can use your sniper to snipe the barrier champion from the right side, but let me just warn you, especially for console players, that you will get a bit of aim assist dealing with this champion, where it will be a bit frustrating to kill him in one go, which is why I prefer to go to this area. So even if aim assist is my worst enemy on console, I can still kill a barrier champion. Even in Grandmaster, I can still kill him compared to the right side. Now I like to shoot a rocket and then deal with a couple of sniper shots. Critical hits, by the way, to deal with the next champion. Once he is done, I am going to destroy this Warmind cell, pick up a couple of ammo, and get the hell out of here, because I have to deal with more champions, the mini boss, which everyone despises, and there's just a lot of things going on. Like this is a very new strike, very new Nightfall. You can see I'm going the wrong way. If I'm going the wrong way, as you saw in Inside Terminus, then that means that I am tired and I am fed up with this Nightfall. And yes, I actually am fed up with this Nightfall, because on Grandmaster I almost beat it, but a rock keeps killing me, or the third phase of the boss keeps killing me. He teleports and stomps me. I always get stomped by the boss. I get stomped by barrier champions, as you guys saw it in Grandmaster Arms Dealer, and now I'm getting stomped, or a rock. Yes, the rock is not letting me complete any Nightfall, any Grandmasters. Either that or the tank room. Let's not talk about the tank room. Now you can see that I'm going to deal with the next Unstoppable champion, clear down a couple of Cabals, throw a nade, and would use a sniper to deal with the shielded Phoenix. Reason why is because they are a bit tanky, very annoying, by the way, especially on Grandmaster. They are super annoying. I would just use a sniper and then just do critical headshots. To be honest, I wouldn't bother myself using a scout rifle with them. Well, to shoot them, to be honest. Once I deal these shielded Cabals, which everyone despises, I'm going to deal with this next Unstoppable champion. It's just so many champions in one room. I really don't like the design of this strike. I do like the boss fight, it's okay, but they need to do some tweaks with the teleportation with the final boss. That's my only critique I would say about the boss fight. Now we have to deal with this mini boss, which he likes to shoot rockets. You can actually move from the right side to take cover and then just do critical headshots. Or if you have Anarchy, just use Anarchy. I decided to use Cloud Strike because, you know what, why not for Master version? I was using Anarchy for Grandmaster, but I keep dying from a rock. A rock keeps killing me, or the tank room of RNG. So might as well just switch my loadout to something else because I'm already fed up using Anarchy off screen for Grandmaster for this Nightfall. So the boss won't run away at the second mini phase. When he's on half health, there's gonna be more ad spawns. And another champion where we have to kill them pretty fast. Highly recommend, just to get out of the way, because the Nightfall champion is going to keep shooting fire, and then the shielded cabals are going to keep shooting at you, which they can also block your way when dealing with the Nightfall champion. I like to just kill him quickly because he can be a bit frustrating, a bit annoying. And you can see like shooting a lot of fire. And the one thing I don't like about this week's Nightfall is attrition. I had to wear Worm Husk. I want to put a different exotic, but I can't because of attrition. But luckily next week I can finally put a loadout and not forced to use a exotic where I can get my health back. And you guys know me, I don't like Worm Husk. I really despise it. But because I hate Worm Husk, it doesn't mean that I don't use it. I do use it because I have to. And you see there, there's my rocket. Once I take down the shield, as you saw there, I'm going to use my super, take him down quickly, and proceed to the next section, the tank room. Now people say this Nightfall is the hardest Nightfall ever, and no, I disagree. The hardest part on this Nightfall is the tank room, the second phase of the tank room. The first tank room is a joke. I mean, for me it's a joke. It's not really tough, to be honest. Maybe because I got used to it, but the second phase is the one where it's just a little bit RNG dealing with the tanks, which is highly recommend you use Anarchy to deal with the second phase tank room. Either that or a rocket. Use a rocket. A really good rocket. Don't use a bad rocket. Like, use the one that I'm using now. Use the code rocket. The perks I have is very good. Highly recommend. Just use it on a tank. And honestly, there's a lot of things I have to explain, and I'm going to explain for the Grandmaster and the Master version. Like I said, I almost did beat Grandmaster. I just died from the rock, the third phase of the boss, the tank room when I'm exhausted, or I get hit randomly by the tank, and it's so annoying. So let me just show you where I keep dying on Grandmaster very soon. Once I get into this room of death, I'm going to take down the snipers first. Once I do, then I have to deal with the cabals. Well, the mini bosses with random shields. So every run I do, they're either going to be Arc, Void, or Solar. The middle, so there's going to be these mini bosses. It's going to be either a Scion or a Cabal, as you can see there. And it's random. Very random. There's times where this Cabal here you see, he can be an Arc, he could be a Void, he could be a Solar, or it could be a Scion. And this is something that really bugs me about this Nightfall. It should stay the same and not rotate. And it irritates me a lot. And there are 2 in this room, and of course 2 barrier champions, as you can see. I like to take down the barrier champions later. I want to deal with these mini scions where they're in a little cart. Now you can easily take them down with a void grenade, but because I don't have one yet, I have to wait patiently and deal with these couple of ads. Now for Grandmaster version, right, I would just take down these little scions with their carts on the upper platform, then go around here. I would wait. I would take both of them down from upper platform, and then of course deal with the 2 mini bosses that like to walk in the center. Then the snipers. Then I'll clear a couple of ads, back away from the corner from the left to the right. And it's not really so bad, this first phase of the tank room. Even in Grandmaster it isn't bad, you just have to be careful with the snipers. With the barrier champions I can see you. That's the only thing I would say, and the grenades too. Now this area is semi-safe. There are times where the tank can kill you from where I'm standing now. It's just so random, very weird. Extremely bizarre at times. Now we cleared down a couple of the ads. Going to try. I was debating to kill the barrier champion, and I was trying to see if I can find a good angle. So the barrier champions are very random. They either can stand from the left side or right side, as you can see here, or they all huddle up right in the middle of the room, and you have to kill them from that specific angle. There's just so many things going on with the tank room, and it's very annoying. And like I said, I don't think this is the hardest Nightfall. I still think the Corrupted is the most annoying, hardest Nightfall ever. Now this part is random. You will get random mini bosses, so you might get a Scion as you saw there in this footage, or you might have these mini Cabal bosses which they have random shields with Void, Arc, or Solar. It is very, very annoying to memorize the rotations of the scions, of what shields they have. And the tank room is just poorly designed. I don't like the tank room. I feel like it's bad design, in my opinion. And I would rather play Arms Dealer than this one. Like, the tank room just kind of ruins the mood for this strike. So like I said, if you want to kill them fast, you can throw your nade, and they like to move around, and it's very annoying. Now to deal with the barrier champion. Now I can actually deal with the barrier champion using the exotic Cloud Strike. And you can see he will teleport, and I will have to do DPS again with the sniper. A lot of bugs going on with this strike, which I just don't like. I really get frustrated when things like that happen, especially for a Grandmaster, because when using a sniper for Grandmaster, you can't waste any ammo, you have to do critical headshots, and if you don't, you're pretty much screwed. And this is something that no one really talks about. So I'm going to be very blunt. For Grandmaster, if you're planning to use a sniper, you must be on it. You must do critical headshots. And for console players, pray for no aim assist when dealing with the barrier champions, because there'll be times when red cabals will walk across your aiming, and your sniper will move by itself when trying to do critical headshots, which can be very frustrating. Now we're gonna deal with the second phase of the tank room, which is where most people die, where I always seem to die when I'm exhausted, when dealing with the GM version. Now, you can actually throw your grenade to deal with the pilot Scion. Now, first things first, I like to deal with the snipers. The snipers feel like the most biggest threat, especially when using Anarchy. You want to deal with these snipers first. Once I deal with the sniper, I'm going to turn invisible. I'm going to try to use my rocket to deal with the tank, and the light in this room is very, very annoying. I forgot the name of the word for it, for game design. I forgot, there's a specific word of what you call it, of bad lighting, by the way, and I forgot. And if I could remember, I would say this is probably the worst ever in the strike. Probably the worst light effect I have ever seen in a Destiny strike, where you can't see anything and it takes around 2 to 3 seconds to actually see what you're aiming, and it's very irritating. So imagine with no HUD, so if I wasn't able to see the health of the tank, then it probably would be much more difficult and much more frustrating. Now I'm just trying to manipulate and use advantages of the hunter invisibility. I'm just going to go left and right, and when sniping you have to move to do critical headshots to deal with the tanks. So it can be a bit annoying. Of course, for Grandmaster I would just use Anarchy and run away. Just go on top of the upper platform. I know in this footage I'm not showing the upper platform, which is unfortunate. I think I was just so exhausted and tired that I just didn't bother myself going to the upper area or the upper safe spot, to be honest. Now, once I kill all the tanks, all the ads, all the barrier champions, they're all gonna huddle up back in the room waiting for you to kill them. Now, you're probably wondering, why can't I just kill the barrier champions first, right? And then deal with the tank? Well, the reason why is because I don't want to deal with 2 additional champions. Now, if you're killing the champions before killing the tank, you're going to have extra 2 champions you have to deal with in the tank room. It's always best to deal with the tank first, then the 2 barrier champions. That way you don't have to waste ammo, waste time, deal with 2 additional champions. And this is something that nobody really talks about, but I was doing some testing, and you can skip 2 champions by just killing the 2 tanks right away and ignoring the 2 barrier champions until you kill both of them. Well, the tanks. And you can get platinum, by the way. I tested it out many times. And it just seems more efficient way than dealing with the barrier champions first and then the 2 tanks. So depending how much ads you kill, you're gonna have another waves of ads, well, dogs, which I'm going to spam my special finisher so I can get some special ammo, because I really need to use my sniper a lot, dealing with a lot of barrier champions, because basically the strike is long range attack, long range weapons such as snipers, rockets, maybe scout, etc. It's always best to just kill them as quick as possible, especially when using a sniper. And for console players, just be aware of the aim assist. If two barrier champions are huddle up or any ads, it could be a bit annoying and I really hate it. But I do want to tell everyone that it happens to me. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like using snipers for Grandmaster, but sometimes I have to use it and it can be so annoying, as you can see there. I'm trying to snipe this barrier champion, but he keeps hiding, and I wasted a lot of ammo. Now imagine it's a Grandmaster, so if I mess up, then I'm screwed. That means I need to look for some ammo, and it's gonna be very tough to deal with the barrier champions. So I decided to push towards the middle of the area just to deal with this barrier champion because he keeps hiding from me. And I want him to pop his shield so I can break it, and of course use the rocket. Now the rocket I'm using is this code, Duo. And this rocket I'm using is very good. Highly recommend. You can also make Warmine cells, which I did not know. Actually, I just found that recently. And I was like, oh, okay, let me use a rocket instead of a linear fusion rifle. The linear fusion rifle I was using wasn't so bad at all. It had high impact reserves, had very good perks, but I think rockets are better because of the tank. You know, you can use a rocket at a tank and kill them very quickly. This is probably the area that I really hate. We're gonna be picking up some orb charges around this room. And it's gonna be a bit annoying. Yeah, you see that rock over there from the right side? I mean, did that scare you? Because that scared me a whole lot. See that rock on the right side? Like, forget about the champion. Who cares about that? Take a look at that rock from the right. Yeah, that rock can kill you. It can kill you in Master version, especially for Grandmaster version. I had rocks kill me many times in Grandmaster. And be cautious in this room, especially with a fire team, because rocks can kill you and ruin your solo flawless. Yes, the rock is actually more powerful than the final boss. The rock is way more powerful than Rivens. They can one-shot you, push your glitch off the edge of the map if they want to. They have the power to ruin your solo flawless GM or ruin your fire team GM or anything. So be aware of these rocks when dealing with this area. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm sniping and then backing away, sniping, backing away. Because anytime a rock can just kill me one hit. And I always just keep forgetting that, oh yeah, I'm playing Master version. But then sometimes I got one shot with the rock on Master version. Now you can see there's some glitch with the Scion. And I'm trying to kill him. And he keeps lagging. He's keep mocking me. Saying, over here, Blitz. No, over here. Over here. Can't get up. He got me, Blitz. So finally I sniped that Scion. Very annoying. So yeah, these rocks are very scary. Be aware. And you know what? I actually almost died to a rock in this run, and proof that rocks are very dangerous in this strike. They are worse than the tank. Like, forget about the tank, forget about the final boss, forget about this entire strike. The rocks are the ones are evil, and they're the ones that are going to ruin your run. They will wipe out your whole team. The rock can kill the entire team, then the ribbon. Less than a second. I'm not even joking or over exaggerating. I'm very serious about it. Because the rock keeps ruining my GM solos, and I'm pretty sure it ruined other people's solos as well. The rock, for people who are doing solo flawless GM. If you die from the rock, then I totally understand, because I died from the rock like 10 times and I am annoyed, frustrated, and I'm fed up with this Nightfall. Alright, so now we got that out of the way. You can stand on this platform. And you can actually deal with the barrier champions, the gladiator, etc. Once you clear down all the ads, and you can see I'm missing a couple of them, I'm going to pray for the speaker and the traveler to pick up the orb charge, and hopefully a rock won't kill me. Yes, I'm not even joking. I'm very serious about it. I am going to pray for the speaker and the traveler, even for Cade. Hopefully I won't get pushed from a rock. I am so terrified right now. Always look from the left or right. Do not rush too much dealing with the room with rocks. That rock almost hit me. I was very terrified. And I know this sounds hilarious, but I'm not kidding. Those rocks are evil. Worse than the ribbons. So once you dunk the first charge, there's gonna be a couple gladiators, a couple of turrets, and then we're gonna be dealing with a champion, which is gonna be an anti-barrier one. And it's gonna be of RNG of a mini boss. It's gonna be a Scion or a Void Arc Solar Cabal, which is very annoying. I just wish Bungie can just make it into one and not a rotation of randomness, rainbow of what kind of mini boss it is. And you know, the shield for the strike. Over here, I always kill the barrier champion first, then I kill the mini boss. The reason why I don't kill the mini boss is because if you kill it, then you're going to make more ads spawn behind you where I'm standing, which we don't want that to happen. Especially for Grandmaster. We don't want things to sneak up on you and then boom, you die one hit. Now I'm just looking up because there is a sniper, a Scion up ahead. You can throw your grenade to kill him. Now I'm just trying to be cautious because I'm seeing falling rocks and they're terrifying me very much. Now there's a Scion or a Cabal. Okay, it's a Scion. It's a Scion in this footage. Yeah, I do apologize. I've been playing this Nightfall over and over. Depending how much time I have, I mean, I cannot spend 10 hours a day trying to farm this run. Only 3 hours at maximum. But I do try my best to try to at least upload a video. Now I'm just shooting and shooting. Hopefully this Scion will peek so I can snipe him. So this part is really annoying. He's going to aim and go back to his little safe spot. This Scion is so annoying. It's very smart. And there's times like this where I wish Bungie can give me the Cabal shielded one, because at least I can kill him fast. So once I kill the Scion, I'm going to use my super. Deal with the 4 gladiators. And they're very irritating, very annoying. And now I'm going to snipe as much as I can with these red ads. And Jesus Christ, they're super annoying. They like to shoot a lot. And there's going to be a barrier champion up ahead. Which at the same time I'm not peeking too much because I don't want him to kill me. Yeah, this is very irritating. So once I clear down a couple of ads, I'm going to use the Cloud Strike, use a rocket, reload the sniper, and then deal with the barrier champion. So once I clear all the ads, everything's good. I think I'm missing one. Yeah, I'm missing one. I can see that. Now we're going to pick up the final orb charge, and I'm going to pray for the traveler and the speaker for this. So like I said before, the rocks are dangerous. Always be careful. Always look from the left to the right, because they can push you. And you can see there's a rock there. It's already giving me a warning. And Jesus, I hate this area. This is the part where I died for Grandmaster. So always be careful, like you see there. Because little things like that can happen where the rock can try to kill me. I got extremely lucky there. One time it happened to me, or 2 times on Master Version, where I got one shot by the rock and it killed me. So honestly, I was just lucky. So remember, rocks are evil in this strike. Always be careful, look left and right. And try your best not to stay too long in that room. Now there's going to be 2 more champions. Final champions on this area. Fortunately, there's going to be more at the boss fight, which is going to be very annoying. Now I was trying to see if I can use my finisher so I can get more sniper. Once I get a couple of snipers, I'm going to spam the Cloud Strike, deal with these ads, and of course the barrier champion. So yeah, the power of the Cloud Strike. I mean, I do like the weapon. I haven't tested out in Grandmaster. I'm not sure if it'll be good. Maybe, maybe not. Not sure. The problem would be the tank room if using the Cloud Strike. I would prefer to use Anarchy, to be honest. Either that or a rocket, but then again, when using a rocket, you don't have that much ammo. Where Anarchy, you have so much ammo that you can just spam Anarchy at the tank and kill it quickly. Once you clear down all the ads, you're going to deal with the final boss. And the final boss is going to be a little long. Now let's talk about the final boss. So I do like the boss fight. It's okay. The design for the boss fight is good. The one thing that irritates me about this boss fight is the 3rd phase, where he likes to teleport. He teleports everywhere. And that's when it can ruin GM runs. And of course Master runs as well. The boss likes to spam fire, of course, and I'm going to do many time skips where I'm waiting for him to stop spamming his fire. Alright, so once you confirm to begin the proving, the boss will spawn, and for some reason, maybe Sasuke or someone from Naruto taught him the fire ninjutsu, and he's going to be spamming fireballs at you non-stop for a couple of minutes. I forgot how many times he shoots the fireballs, but at the same time there's going to be a couple of red ads spawning, which I would highly recommend you kill them as fast as possible. So you can see I'm just spamming sniper. And now once I clear down all the ads, then I'm going to do DPS of the boss. Now the boss is very annoying. He's going to spam the fireball ninjutsus towards you. They do have poor tracking, but do be aware they can kill you quickly if you're not too careful. You can also go through the inner door wall from the right side, but if you stay there way too long, then fire will lit up. Another cool method you can do, which I didn't do it in this footage, is if you stand in the middle of the mini bridge, you can stand in the middle from the edge, and you could just stay there and actually deal with the barrier, well, the unstoppable champions, etc, etc. But I didn't do in this footage. But then again, I should have done it. So it's just something that I forgot to do in this video because I was tired. So depending on how much DPS you can do, then the boss will spam fireballs and ninjutsu towards you. And he's gonna be doing that quite a lot. For around 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I lost counted. It's very annoying. And when he does use the fireballs, ninjutsu, you can hide behind a wall from the left side or the right side. So yeah, this is basically what's gonna happen. I'm going to shoot sniper, shoot rockets, and when he spams the fire ninjutsu, I'm going to move from the left side or the right side. At the same time, he's shooting void at me. So yeah, this boss fight is gonna be very slow and very boring. So like I said, I'm going to do many time skips where he just keeps shooting fire at me on a different phase where I'm just waiting and waiting. And it could be very annoying. So basically, when he's shooting fire at you, you just keep shooting him using strong weapons. And when he uses the fire ninjutsu, right, then you have to move. Or you could just hide on the left or the right walls. So yeah, isn't this fascinating? Very fun. I mean, for fire team be very different because the fireball tracking will go everywhere. It won't be a big threat compared to solo. But yeah, this is basically what I'm doing. Every time he shoots fire at me, I'm just going to move from left and right. And hopefully he's going to stop after 3 or 4 minutes of my life. So yeah, you already can tell this boss fight's going to be slow and very boring. There's really nothing much I can say about this boss fight, and like I said, this strike, this proving ground strike isn't that hard. It's just the tank room and the third phase of the boss. The third phase of the boss is annoying and RNG with the teleportation glitches that the boss likes to do. And the tank room, the second phase, is the one where I seem to have trouble a lot because of the snipers, which I need to kill them quickly. and the tank. The tank is the problem. You have to kill them fast. And it could just be a bit annoying, and the boss fight is always going to be long. Unless you deal with the tank room, the orb charges really fast, then the boss fight wouldn't be too long. So yeah, this is fun. Alright, so basically you're going to go left or right, depending if the boss is going to move. You're going to do sniper shots, primary weapon shots, until he goes to the next phase. When he does go to the next phase, 2 champions will appear, and you have to move left and right to deal with the champions. That's another reason why I'm saving rockets, so when I do stagger the unstoppable champions, right, then I can do DPS and then move to the other side, because the boss will be spamming fireball ninjutsu towards me. Just really wants to show off his technique, even though it's missing me quite a lot. It's just fantastic. Seriously, did Sasuke taught him that ninjutsu, the fireball ninjutsu, because that's what it seems like, and it's doing a poor job. Whoever taught him the fireball ninjutsu at the boss did a horrible job at him, because it is keep missing me non-stop. No matter how much he does ninjutsu towards me, it's not going to work. You can also tell if he's going to shoot fireball ninjutsu towards you when the screen goes a bit red and he starts to fly a little bit, right? And then he just shoots fire. Alright, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to do a time skip here until he stops spamming the fireball ninjutsu towards me. Alright, so once he gets fed up of using the fireball ninjutsu towards me, he's going to be shooting a lot of void. And I'm going to either shoot a rocket or do a couple of snipers. You can see that the boss loves to stomp, so when using a rocket or a sniper, always jump back. Which is why I highly recommend to use Anarchy, because you could just do one Anarchy and back away, and then one Anarchy again and back away. So once I destroy the bubble, he's going to be aggressive, and he's going to spam the fireball ninjutsu towards you. There'll be a couple of ads spawning, no champions by the way. It's just red ads, which I would highly recommend to kill them as fast as possible, because the boss is actually going to move around very soon once he sees you. During this phase, he moves around a bit, but not very aggressive like the third phase. The third phase, he decides to go mobile, and then he can move around and teleport. And he's going to spam his void, of course, and can stomp you if you're too close to him. He can sometimes stomp you even if you're invisible, so you have to actually hear his animation to see if he's going to stomp you or not, so you can quickly jump. Now I'm just first trying to clear down ads, and it's very irritating. I'm trying to kill this Phoenix's shield so he won't give me any problems in the future. It's always best to clear down all the ads than dealing with the boss. So yeah, now I'm going to do some DPS at the boss, and of course I'm going to use my super very soon. So he's going to be spamming the fireball ninjutsu quite a lot, and I'm trying to find a good angle to shoot him But he keeps spamming his fire ninjutsu towards me and it's very, very annoying. You can also make this boss move if you don't like the specific angle where he's shooting as well. So you can actually manipulate the boss a bit. And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to make him shoot the wall so I could do DPS towards him. But it wasn't working out. So I was thinking, okay, let me try to see if I can move him a bit. And of course, use my super since he's just standing there. And you can see I missed a little bit. Anyway, you saw that I backed away because I actually thought he was going to stop me. He looked like he was going to, but he wasn't. Now he's going to shoot again, but in a different area. And I'm trying to see if I can find a good angle once again so I can spam my sniper. So yeah, this is probably the most annoying part, but I think third phase is the one that I despise very, very much. So now I'm just trying to see if I can find a good area to shoot him, because he's going to be spamming a lot of void. Alright, so finally, after 3 minutes, I found a pretty decent angle to deal with this boss. And yeah, this is probably the boring part. I'm just gonna be using Cloud Stripe, pretty much all my ammo, until he's more on half health. So this is probably really boring. So I'm just gonna do a mini time skip. So basically you just have to shoot the boss when he's standing. And there's really nothing interesting here, to be honest. So I've been spending some time to shoot this boss, and this boss is very tanky. He's much worse than the Grandmaster version, by the way. He would take 2 times longer. Well, yeah, I would say 2 times longer if you don't do the right critical headshots and critical hits with the boss. So once he is shielded, he's going to jump on a different bubble. And I like to go back here because the fireballs, right? The ninjutsu, the fire ninjutsu, it won't kill you if you back away far away. But the boss can shoot you with the void attack. And there'll be 2 unstoppable champions, which is why I saved some heavy to deal with these champions. And you can see it could be a bit frustration when dealing with 2 unstoppable champions. So always have heavy, especially at this phase. Now, if you're using Anarchy, you know, you could just spam Anarchy and kill them very quickly. Another thing I'd like to mention is just these unstoppable champions sometimes can teleport. So you always have to be on the lookout where these unstoppable champions are. I had times in Grandmaster where they just teleport out of nowhere, and luckily I turn invisible and then dodge their stomp, but I would just be careful with them. They're kind of buggy, to be honest. Now I'm just trying to use my finisher so I can get some special ammo to deal with the next phase. So once you kill the 2 unstoppable champions, the boss is going to show off his fire ninjutsu, and it's going to fail like 10 times. So I'm going to wait until he gets fed up of using his fire ninjutsu towards me. And yes, I am making fun of this attack. And yes, I am calling it that because it just reminds me so much when dealing with this boss. Alright, so once he stops using the fireball ninjutsu, now I'm going to turn invisible. I'm going to use my sniper or use a rocket to deal with the boss. So you can see I'm kind of messing up my dodge. I thought the boss was on top of me, but he moved. So now I had to wait for my smoke, and then I have to wait for my dodge so I can deal with the boss. It's very, very, very annoying, to be honest, of doing this method. I would prefer to use Xenophage or Anarchy, to be honest. So I decided to use the rocket, and it didn't one-shot it, which I was very, very, very sad, to be honest. So it takes around 1 rocket and then 2 sniper critical shots or critical hits to deal with the bubble. Now I have to wait for my dodge again and then deal with the bubble. So once I do deal with the bubble, I'm going to hide for my life because he's going to spam his fire at me very, very soon. And you can see that there's gonna be waves of ads. So this is gonna be the last waves of ads, and now we're gonna have the part where a lot of people die. It's gonna be the part where the boss is going to go mobile. So he's going to walk around glitchy, by the way. It's going to spam void and of course spam fire a bit. And this part can be very, very irritating, especially when using the sniper. And with the loadout I have, it just makes the boss very painful. Which is why I decided to go bottom tree hunter, because, well, reason why is so I can actually do some DPS at his health if I ran out of rockets. Now, a method you can do here is actually turn invisible, and he'll just stand still and keep shooting because he won't know where you are. So I was trying to do that method, but then he keeps shooting fire at me, so I decided to wait until he gets fed up of using fire at me. So I'm going to do a mini time skip. So I'm going to go back and forth and wait for him to stop using the fire ninjutsu. It's very, very irritating. Alright, so the boss finally stopped spamming fire at me. It was very, very annoying. So once he stops using the fire ninjutsu, he just gives up and runs out of power to use it. You can use your super strong DPS to take down a boss. Unfortunately, I didn't do so well with my super, and it's gonna take a while for me to deal with this boss because he is very tanky and he can be very annoying. So it's always best to just turn invisible and just make him stand still so you can actually shoot a rocket at him. And another thing I like about using rockets is he needs to stand still, and you can see that if he doesn't stand still, then you can miss and waste the ammo of your rocket. Which is why I try to go invisible and then just wait for him to stand still a bit, and then I just spam rockets or spam sniper as well. So now I'm gonna do it again. I'm going to go and turn invisible. Yes, I know this is really, really boring. And I won't do a time skip here at all, since I do need to show exactly what I'm doing here. So the area that I'm jumping back and forth, the little mini bridge, the mini room, you can actually stand in the middle of the room, and even though there'll be fire at the bottom, you won't get hurt if you're on the edge of the middle edge platform. I forgot to do that method on the other phases, so maybe next time I will do it. But you just have to be very careful, and you cannot touch the middle platform. You always have to be on the edge when doing that method. Now, Bungie has removed the cheese, and I almost did beat it with cheese, but I got stomped at the bubble, the second bubble, which was very, very frustrating. Then Bungie decided to nerf the cheese, which was very annoying because I had to spend some time to deal with the boss fight. Yet they don't fix the teleportations with Unstoppable Champion, the bugs with the rocks, and with the final boss going mobile when he teleport glitches. So it's just something that really irritates me, that I wish they could have fixed those bugs, then fix the cheese. Or if they do fix the cheese, then fix the bugs with the rocks. Fix the bugs with Unstoppable Champions, and fix some of the bugs with the Anti-Barrier Champions, etc, etc. And we finally beat the boss. Thank you so much for watching. It was very annoying, irritating, and like I said, the corrupted is more harder than this Nightfall. This Nightfall isn't really that bad. It's just long and boring. The tank room is just the problem, and the third phase of the boss. The third phase of the boss is the one where I just despise. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.